Going. So we just entered the daily deep stack 3K buy and rebuy add-on. All for $7. $21 invested. Top prize will be somewhere in the neighborhood of $600 to $800, which is good. Let's see here. I'm gonna join this waiting list. And we're going to be playing a lot of 10 and L. There are a ton of tables. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I don't really feel like checking much today, so we're going to have some fun. And if you haven't seen it yet, !JMT for the new Jedi Mind Trick video that's out on YouTube. Another one coming out in the next day or so, if I can finish the editing, which has made itself problematic since my editing software crashed out. But no biggie, found the bug, downloaded and reinstalled it. Simple problem with Shotcut, but I did lose all the work I'd done, so starting again. Well, that's not actually true. I found it, but the file was corrupted, so might as well have just lost it all, because it looked like shit. So this one's on the rebuy break. It's a weird day, but it's a good day. Bankroll 713. Very hard to stay motivated with the amount of run bad that I've had in the last 3 weeks, but it's going to keep on fighting. Did have the 7. How did you not get it all? How did you not get it all? Did you 3-bet pre-flop? No, look at this. It's fully limped. He didn't even raise. I mean, this is why you raise these pre-flop, because then he leads, and it's just a call down because it's a limped pot. He didn't even check raise. He should have gotten it all. He left 63 blinds on the table. Well, made a pair in a limped pot. Player's taking a long time. I'm just going to lead it. Player limped shouldn't be too many kings. And it's always possible. I'm also watching Iron Man 2 on the side. I'm just going to keep betting. $10-4. This is what I'm talking about. That's a hand that shouldn't even have been there. But he limped 10-4. And then continued and hit the perfect fucking turn card. That's how bad I've been running. It's like anything but a 10 on the turn. It's hilarious. Oh, I'm also watching Iron Man 3 on the side. Finishing it up. Got about 30 minutes left. Also love when they just call trying to catch a second pair and then doesn't even know if the second pair is good. Hilarious. There will be a couple tables you can't see just off screen. If anything interesting happens, I'll update you. I would never bet this big. You bet the full pot into this with this player on board, you better have a queen. Or be able to beat a queen. Aces are good. I don't know why he's jamming. Unless you have exactly king queen, but why would you even do that? Does this guy just draw out of gut shots all day? He's got like king jack or something. And now we're on break. That was quick. Did I even play a hand on this thing? I guess I played 4 hands that I folded. I forgot that it goes on add-on break and then break. We're just going to stick on through. Putt. This is a fun one. This player raised, c-bet the flop, and then check the turn. So I decided just to bet half pot on the river, and he just folded. I might have had the best hand, but you wouldn't know it. This is a weird plan that Killian has in Iron Man 3. He's got this technology that he's funded that could make him one of the most powerful men in the world, making humans regrow limbs, and he's just a terrorist, so he wants to kill the president. Okay, sure. Just need this guy to fold. I don't expect the other guy to fold anything. It's a good play if you have a king. Just because the player behind is so sticky, you need to put extra pressure on. Oh, I got a fun one on the side table here. So I raised, and this player who's betting now 3-bet. And we see a call. I think we just call here, honestly. I don't really think we ever fold. The player in the big blind's kind of the problem. But I think we're better off just checking. River board pair is kind of interesting. I don't think we get much out of it by raising the flop. And I don't know if we want to bet this river because a lot of two pairs just got counterfeited. Ace, deuce, and shit. Now, would you do this with ace, king? Would you do this with ace, jack? I'm kind of really curious here because this player is kind of a serious donkey. King 9. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Just like, my notes on him say that he makes these insane river plays. And see, that's the thing. When we're playing this hand to trap, we have to allow the trap to come off. So he leads, which is going to lead at everything. This player's calling on some flush draw, probably the king. Goes check around. Nobody should have much, but this bet is completely unnecessary. What can he say he's possibly having here? Pocket eights, pocket deuces. Those would not stop betting on the turn. You wouldn't want the next club to come off. You wouldn't play it safe. You know what I'm saying, looking for the board to pair. That's a long shot. You're more than likely going to get a fourth club than you are a whatchamacallit, a board pair. Let's just do this. Just make it easy. Ooh, that's a nice one. So when he overbet jams river, we just snap call. Which is nice. It's just hilarious. Super bad. I raised this pre-flop, got called by the blinds, and then bet the flop and got check jammed on. Pocket sevens are good. Like I said, not in a folding mood today. I got kings the next fucking hand. It's been 7 hands and I've tripled up on this table. This table's pretty interesting, but I'd like to see this guy jam. Get a call. I think we want to keep betting just for value. A lot of fives over here. Player folds. All right. Keep that table running good. Let's go ahead and bet here. We can defend that. Ace isn't bad. Lots of spades would be nice. And check back. Might call river. Depends on what he bets. He's probably not betting. Ah, he checked. He could have like king, queen, queen, jack, something like that. Queen, jack. Who's on fire? I love when people argue with their own doctrine where he's raising the queen, jack not to make one pair. He's doing it to try to make straights and flushes, and then he bets the one pair. He doesn't even do it well. That's what you want, is to have people fighting with themselves. I do love how in Iron Man 3 they made Rhodey a crack shot. Which he should be. You know, he's a pilot. He's got, you know, that crazy pilot vision and accuracy. And those guys have to spend a ton of time targeting. I don't know how much handgun practice you get, but pretty much have to be a really good shot. We're going to go ahead and raise the button just to discourage the blinds. Worst position on the table calls. And first position limper folds. So this is going to be a lot of pairs. You can have it. It's a lot of pairs and it's a lot of sets. It's fine. Could have definitely gone bigger, but I don't think he's folding. I mean, people calling from the small blind in a tournament, you got to really believe you're going to get priced in, and he didn't get priced in because the under the gun folded. And we got another table here. I'm currently playing. This is a stupid min raise. Currently playing 7 cash games. Let's just go ahead and bet. Player made just over minimum raise pre-flop. And then now he's check raising, sitting here for 15 minutes. Could have checked this. I think I want to fold though. I think that's a lot of times that's at least something that has ace queen out kicked, or has ace king, or has my king queen out kicked. It's kind of weird though. It's only been here for 15 minutes, so I don't expect him to be getting crazy out of line. It was such a small re-raise pre-flop that I guess I should have checked the flop to see what he does. But sometimes we just check and get no action, right? Like it goes check, check. And then the turn he checks and we bet nothing. But whereas he would have taken a card off with ace king with just the ace of hearts. Two limpers and a guy raises small. Neither one of them calls it. Totally priced in. Sick play, bro. You shouldn't even bet that. Alright, get on this waiting list. I'm going to get off that other table. I've tripled up on it. So we'll replace it with that one in a minute. But yeah, 9 hands, triple up. With the ace-queen monster call, kings, couple of re-steals. The aces versus the short stack 7s all in on the flop. Not bad. This is tempting, but I'm going to let it go. Alright, back to the movie. Ooh, I might watch Guardians next. That might be a good one. Hey, thanks, Zane. Appreciate it, my man. There's a lot of overplay coming from right here. He gets raised and then he just continues betting to get the money in. I mean, you got to imagine this is 2 pair or an over pair at least. This guy's got to be raising on top pair. Ain't no problem, man. Oh, I will admit, I was a little bummed out because I've been, for the past 3 weeks, it's been just a shit fest. But I went back yesterday and the day before, and that's why I wasn't streaming. I watched a bunch of my earlier streams playing 10L during the challenge and compared them to the last few days, and it's like there were a few mistakes I made, maybe a little bit of overfolding, but I don't think it cost me much. Just been getting coolered like a motherfucker, so can't really bitch about it, Gotta have a certain amount of faith that I can make a comeback from 70 blinds. Or 70 buy-ins. Alright. I'm going to get off this table. This guy has become a target. I got to retag this guy before I close that table. Check. Get rid of that one. Well, I have 2-inch equity here, the open-ender and the flush draw and a pair. I kind of have it all. Like, there's kind of not much left for anybody to have. Here's the thing I don't get. I mean, we're not at that point yet in the movie. But, obviously I've seen it before. Why? I mean, Tony made, like, a whole shitload of Iron Man suits during this movie because he was PTSD'd and all like that. And each one, the technology and everything else, easily over a couple $100 million, right? So then at the end of the movie, he just blows them up and makes a fireworks display for his woman, and it's like, yeah, but you're gonna need that suit. You're still fucking Iron Man, bro. So then, of course, he has to make new suits, and it's just like, did you really solve the problem? Or did you just fucking scrap this shit and have to start over? I do like that they gave Killian the Mandarin tattoos. And gets killed by Pepper. King's nice. Well, you know what? I don't mind defending here. It's close. I was thinking about 3-betting or folding, but I think MDF is okay versus this player who's going to c-bet automatically. Everybody c-bets half pot, so I think we have to call one off. I'm going to check, and hopefully he goes for it. Yeah. It's a 3-way pot. He really shouldn't bet that. It's scarier if he checks. Especially if he's not going to bet the turn. Look at this flop. Open-ended straight flush. Fun fact. In all the time I played on WSOP, including when I used to stream 5 years ago, I've hit exactly 5 royal flushes. 5. One of them was way back when I was in Canada on the trip, or right before the trip to Canada. I hit one. I took it as an omen. Another one was right when I started streaming again this time in September of last year. And then 3 in the last 2 days. It's the most insane fucking thing ever. One of them or 2 of them I captured on stream, but then one of them I captured on stream, but 2 of them were yesterday. As I was sitting there just like playing casually, I ended up getting all the money in on a gut shot straight flush draw with ace 10 on a king 10 4 or king jack of diamonds with the ace 10 of diamonds, and it was like a 4 clubs. Ended up getting it all in on the turn with a guy who had queen 10, so he had just the open ender, and I binked the royal in the river. I was already ahead. And then last night, one of the last hands I played, I ended up with king queen of diamonds, or king queen of hearts, flopped the open ender, and got it in versus a guy, and just binked the gut shot on the turn. He actually had the same open ender, but I was free rolling the flush, so he had king queen as well. But then I binked the jack, or the ace on the turn for the royal. But kind of weird. 2 royals in a day. 3 in a week. Actually, 3 in 2 days. I mean, it couldn't have been 2,000 hands. I wasn't playing a ton. Okay. Sorry, I'm getting texts. A friend of mine just got a major thing. Alright, show me something. This deuce can actually be good, a fair portion. 7s? Why didn't you bet before that? Let's go ahead and bet. What's up, DeBoss? Yeah, 3 royals in 2 days. I'm thinking about it now. It's probably less than 1,500 hands I played when that happened. I mean, we're just going to keep betting here. Nice. Chuchi's got gas. I think we just check here. We can be good. We can be good a lot here. Yeah. Wow. Wish I'd been more aggro. But I'm on a phone conversation, sorry. Yeah, I don't mind it. Sorry, guys, I'm just communicating. A friend of mine just got moved from... He was in holding for a while, and he just got released into the next program that'll allow him to get out. Somebody I've been seeing for a while. It's a long story, and I'll tell it at some point with his permission. Fold this one. I guess we can go back and look. Sorry, I'm kind of doing three things at once here. So I get called twice here. I'm just going to check. I'm usually up against a lot of draws, but somebody could have a two-pair kind of hand, or like, I guess a hand like Jack-9 or like 10-Jack. But I think we just check. I think we check the river. I think if this player bets, we fold. If the other one bets, we call. Yeah, he had 10-Jack. I'm surprised he didn't bet it. What'd the other guy have? Queen 10? Ace queen. Wow. Guess I should have kept betting. How did I win that? Sorry, I'm communicating. Check, check, check. Fold, check. It's a limped pot. I'm going to check. I believe this player bets 80% of the time here. Well, nobody else is going to bet. I'll bet it now for value. Nope. That is a 15.5 blind open. Interesting. We're just going to go ahead and raise here. Player limping out of first did limp fold like 3 times now, so kind of interesting. And he keeps doing it. Player calls. We're just going to go ahead and bet small. This is mostly just to push out weird draws. 3 betting on another table. Sorry guys, I gotta take these texts right now. So this is kind of meh. I don't like it. I'm gonna let this go. I honestly can't explain why I don't like it. Weird, weird, weird. I think we want to just check back this. I don't think we're getting anybody off King Queen. The full pot bet's kind of sus because of the spade draws, but I think there's too many overcard options. I don't think we're going to hold up well enough. Oh, I just bluffed the turn and got there on the river on this other table with pocket jacks. I don't know how often he has an ace here, but I feel like he has a jack. Ace 4 with the clubs. Well, you play it passively, bro. That's what happened. I raised pre-flop. We went check, check, flop. Or I bet the flop, and then we went check, check, turn when the ace came off. And then I bet the river when the jack came. Okay. What is next in the Marvel Cinematic Universe after Iron Man 3? Is it Guardians? It might be the next Avengers, which I think is my favorite one. Timeline order, that's what I'm going by. Iron Man 3. Oh, it's Winter Soldier. Do I want to watch... I just watched Winter Soldier. I'm going to skip that one. Yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy is the next one after that. Oh, I'm surprised I remembered that order. Okay, 6x under the gun is huge, but I am going to 3-bet it anyway. Ooh, I'm going to lead right at this. That's a bad card. Just because it makes him 10s a lot. Also with the draws. Well, that counterfeits my fucking straight. Now the 10 is there for sure. Yeah, this guy hit the 10 over here. I'm just going to fold. This is just pointless. There's no good way around that. This guy taking a long time and then re-raising would suck. But I can't believe he opens for 6x then folds. Sorry, I'm still chatting back and forth with this person. We can bet here. So we get small raised. I think we do just call here. I'm going to call this one. We'll check here. I'm expecting a larger bet on this turn. I think if we nail the straight without the diamond... Wow, that's kind of weird. I don't know if we have bluffs here. I don't think we can get too many through. He should just have a king. Wow, he did that with ace 6? Okay, that I don't get. That I don't get at all. He did it to buy the river. Okay. Okay. It's good to have that showdown. Okay. That's good to have. I guess I really wouldn't have gotten paid. I'm going to check here. I'm getting timed out all over the place. I don't think I can bluff this one. Either I fucked it up. I should have kept betting the turn, but they're so short. I think my bet on the flop was the problem. It was too big. Really? Show me a flush. Yeah, they weren't going anywhere. Okay, so I should have kept going. Fold, call, fold, fold. Fold, fold, fold. Getting re-raised after a raise. I'm just gonna get the money in. I don't feel like folding. Yeah, this guy flopped the fucking straight versus my open-ended straight flush draw. Good for him. He held. 5 deuce in late position on 4-6-3. I had 5-4. Did he fucking limp that? Yeah, 5 deuce offsuit. Okay. So, kind of an idiot, but cost me a buy-in. Getting small re-raise back. It's annoying, but whatever. Yeah, so Guardians of the Galaxy next. I mean, do I want to rewatch Winter Soldier? I mean, Winter Soldier's really good, and I love Black Widow. Do I want to watch it again? How long has it been since I've seen Winter Soldier? It's been a while, and I haven't seen that one. I think I've only seen it twice. Yeah, I'm going to rewatch Winter Soldier. This is yet another Marvel property that Black Widow steals the show. Go ahead and bet this one. This isn't always advisable, but I think if we get past this player, we should be okay a lot. Jack on the turn. I mean, if he's got a jack, he should just get it in. If he jams river, it sucks. He might be thinking about calling with a 9, but he should just have more flush draws. So it's kind of rough, and you kind of have to stay aware. Oh, this is the iconic on your left. You have to kind of stay aware of this player's stack size, right? Like, he's only got 450 left. So this fucker check raises. We're going to go ahead and call. So betting again, unlikely he has a jack. If he has one, he's just going to jam here, right? But we kept it in mind. We made it big enough that he could fold the river. All right, I'm going to bet this one up. Yes, sometimes he has 10 jack, but usually it's just like we just sucked out huge on him when he has like jack 9, or he has king 9. That 10's kind of bad because 7-8 gets there and jack king gets there, so Ace deuce. Yeah, he wasn't going to pay me anyway. I think it's fine. Let this go. I'm going to lead right at this. There are a lot of hands, especially hands in the blind, that we want to call. The only hand that he has that beats me here is set of threes and queen jack. But he's going to have a lot of king queens. Like, a lot of king queens. Queen tray. He had two pair, just like me. Makes the most sense. This player's limped everything. That when he opens 4x, I think would just fold. Gotta love how Black Widow International Super Spy, one of the most secretive people in the world, just picks up Captain America in a fucking Corvette and peels out. Sure. This son of a bitch who turns into Crossbones after the incident in Johannesburg. The guy who, well, he causes the incident in Johannesburg, but at the end of this movie, he gets the fucking building dropped on him. That son of a bitch, I pegged him as a bad guy right away. They did the classic bad guy stuff where they parted his hair to the left, and they fucking made him, like, darker-eyed and shit like that. Like, I pegged this guy visually as a bad guy working for Hydra. Right away. He's a pretty badass motherfucker, though. But they made him Crossbones and made him die in like 12 minutes into the fucking, which one is it? Civil War. The subplot of Black Widow trying to get Steve Rogers a date. Love that. So weird. Players open super small and then don't even call the fucking micro 3-bet. It's just happening all over the place, and I keep getting priced into these weird connector hands. Okay, Scrooge. I'd love for him to check back this turn. I don't know how often it happens, though. Scrooge isn't dumb. Now when the queen comes off, I'm going to check. I was going to bluff this river, because I think he's got a lot of ace-10s here, and ace-queens, or ace-kings, ace-7. See, this thing, people don't get it. You 3-bet that hand, you're supposed to keep going. It's literally blood sport. What are you doing? Don't stop. Keep going. And we're just going to c-bet small here. It's a pure steal. This player's kind of wacky. I'm going to check back the turn. His quick check on the river, I think I am going to go for it. Or quick check on the turn. It's hard for him with ace-10 here. He's kind of a fish, but I'm pure bluffing here. But it's bet check bet, which is a super strong line in a tournament. And it just looks like I have two pair now. If he's thinking about it this hard with an ace, though, I really got to take away some credit from him. Unless he just hit two pair and is thinking about raising. Nice. Pound it through. Pound it through. Just boom, boom, boom. French terrorists. Haven't seen the likes of that since Superman 2. Seriously. That's a hell of a pull. I literally, my brain was going to say, I don't think we've ever seen French terrorists. And then my brain went, no, Superman 2, asshole. It's like the best Superman. The old Christopher Reeve. Where they put a bomb on the Eiffel Tower. Because that's worth blowing up. This is always my argument with all those old Superman plots. Like, if you blow up the Eiffel Tower, you're not gonna win shit, right? Like, you're only holding the lives of the people who were in the thing hostages. That's it. But they released all the hostages, even though it's a monument, and all like this, that, and the other, and it's a symbol of French culture and everything like that. No government in the world would give you shit. They would be like, blow it up. Just fucking blow it up. We'll rebuild it, bro. Like, just fucking blow it up. Nobody cares. Like, if there's no human lives at risk, then you have no leverage. And those fucking bumbling idiots were rigging a fucking... I mean, I guess it was a nuke, but which is kind of ridiculous, but look at this, straight flush. Now, I guess that's the thing. They weren't destroying the Eiffel Tower. They were nuking Paris. So, that makes more sense. A whole bunch of lives at risk. Okay. Couple little weird hands on the side. Nothing really spectacular. I mean, they really can't make Black Widow more of a badass. It's really kind of insane. Okay, we may be getting this in here depending on how the pricing goes. Probably going to check raise. Ooh. Hits the guy in the face with a pipe. Jesus. Alright. We're going to go ahead and bet here. Four on the river is kind of bad. We're just going to go for small value. Yeah, and take it down. Small value style bet. I don't think we want to give this one up yet because of that 9. Just going to bet half pot. It can look a little blockery. I don't think a king ever folds. Really don't see how we lose here unless he has exactly pocket 10s. Or I guess deuces, but I don't think deuces even bet on the flop. Alright, we're going to sit out from all the tables in the next hand. Sitting at 32,000, 28th out of 127 players left. We're going to fold here. All right, I'll be right back. Yeah, the guy dropping the making Captain America drop his shield to fucking fight him. Fuck that shit. Yeah, that trope of, put down the shield, fight me like a man. I do love that they did away with it in Captain Marvel, and she just fucking blasts the guy's fucking head off. And she's just like, I have nothing to fucking prove to you, fuck you. So I did love that. But that old trope of, come on, fight me like a man, put down the gun, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's the oldest fucking, stupid thing in the book. There was a great movie, I don't know if anybody's seen it, called The Adventures of Ford Fairlane. It was Andrew Dice Clay's movie. It's an absolutely brilliant, amazing movie, and I was such a huge Andrew Dice Clay fan, I actually saw it in the theater. And the bad guy, who you think throughout the course of the movie dies like 3 times, you think he's dead. The bad guy is Robert Englund, who played Freddy Krueger. So at the end of the thing, Dice's whole life is turned upside down. He's lost his house, he's lost everything, right? And all of a sudden, he hears Robert Englund come up behind him, and he hears the gun cock in the back of his head, and you hear "hello, hello," which is what Robert Englund's basic catchphrase was that whole movie, right? So he's sitting there, and he's been hired to kill Ford, and now it's like personal because Ford has like fucked him up so many times, and he's sitting there, and it's near the end of the movie, and he goes, "All right, you fucking limey piece of shit," that whole Andrew Dice Clay way, and he goes, "I don't want to sit here and fuck around with you. You know what? Put down the gun. Let's do it, baby. Fucking throw the gun away, mano to mano," and he just keeps like overemphasizing all this shit, and Robert Englund goes, "All right, whatever way you want it," and he throws the gun away, pulls out a gigantic Rambo-style Bowie knife, and Dice just starts fucking laughing. And he's like, "What are you, stupid? Look what you did. Mano to mano. You're going to throw the gun away. Look what you did." And he turns his head to look, and Dice's gun comes out, and he shoots him in the fucking head. And he's just like, "Use your head, fucking moron." That's the best way that's ever been handled in my life. So this is interesting. This player, I'm not 100% on. Honestly, I don't think I'm folding jacks here, which is, I guess, kind of the same thing. He did limp out of first, so he could absolutely have the ace. He's just kind of donking a lot. I don't think this is one that I want to get into it with him, though. I think if I had, obviously, a king, or if I had, like, the queen of clubs, I would keep going, but With the jack, queen, and ace out there, it's just one too many. So I think if I had the queen or the jack, I would keep going. But with the 9, there's three hires because the 10's on board. So it's all right though. We'll get him. I mean, he hasn't shown down a bad hand yet, but he does like to keep making these bets, which I don't think he's folding to my jam if he has even just the raw ace. He really shouldn't. All right, this is kind of interesting. Check this one. Check that one. Maybe we can go ahead and bet turn here. Yeah, that fucking trope. The river's kind of really shit. I'm going to check back and probably win a lot versus like 10 jack, 10 9. Ace 10. Wow. That is not one you call with, sir. You're supposed to raise that one. But yeah, just that, you know, put down the gun and fight me like a man. You know, fuck that shit. Just shoot the guy in the fucking head. It's a cool trope, though. And of course, Captain America's the one to fall for it. But the guy says, he's like, I thought you were more than just a shield. It's like, okay, yeah. So you got him to put the shield away and fight you, quote unquote, like a man. Meanwhile, he's on more super soldier serum than it's like fighting a guy on 800 fucking gallons of steroids. What the fuck are you gonna? You're not gonna win. You're just gonna make it more painful. This isn't bad. Well, Black Widow. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and bet this one. Really? Really? I bet really big here, too. So, what do I think he's raising with that now does this? I guess it's just all sets, right? Alright. That's fine. There's just so much over-trapping that goes on in the fucking 10 and L. It's like that's never even a flush draw. That's somebody freaking out because a flush draw came off. But if I was betting the flush draw, I'm not folding because I'm getting the right price. So his technique is flawed. He should call if he thinks I'm on the flush draw and he has me nutted. And then check river, or then let me get to the river because he's in position. And just allow me to bluff. Spade's kind of bad. Oh, look at that. We chop it with 3s. Any pair. The Adventures of Ford Fairlane. It's a classic. Fury tells a story about his elevator operator grandfather who carried a loaded .22 Magnum. I don't think they make .22 Magnums anymore. Like, I think you can only get a .38. Magnum just means the size of the load. But, like, that's a 22 that would blow a hole in your fucking leg. Because of the powder. I 3-barreled this one. Yep. 3 barrels are working well today. I'm sizing them off very well. I kind of reanalyzed the way I was doing that yesterday. I'll show you in a second here. This player's in the blind, which means he should never have an ace. Because he didn't 3-bet me. Once he goes past the flop, it's kind of over. So, I raised pre-flop. He limp called in first. This is never an ace. He checks. I bet half pot. Turn. I bet a little bit better than half pot. River, I just went half pot for value. He folds. This is the thing where we're just walking the dog and just hoping he doesn't make the flush. But you have to bet the river. Because he can have, like, the suited 10. You know what I'm saying? He can have... on this one, he can have, like, 10 jack of clubs, right? And he beats me with 10 jack of clubs. That's, I think, might be what he was thinking about. They really did make good arguments for both sides on the Project Insight. Same for Civil War. It really is a great duality because both sides make excellent arguments. But Captain America, always about freedom, kind of got to side with him. And it's all kind of leading up to Civil War. I liked Civil War. Just missed a ticket in a Sadie, like 8-way, because some guy plays King-9 off when I raise 5x with Ace-King off. I mean, was it a jam? And here's the thing, did you need to jam? Satellites are brutal. I have folded aces in my life, I think maybe a dozen times. 11 of them, pre-flop. 11 of them were satellites. One of them was a very ridiculous situation in a live tournament where I was so far ahead and 4 players went all in on the final table of 6 that I just folded the aces in the big blind. It was the right move. I would have lost, but that's not why it's the right move. It's the right move because I only had 28% equity versus 2 guys with a pair, or versus 3 guys with a pair and another guy with the suited ace-10. And fun fact, I won that tournament. Showed the dealer before I folded it. I was sitting right in the 1 seat. Came all the way around to me and on the chip leader, and I flipped it up to him, and I looked at him, and he just kind of went. And I said, yeah. And I just shoved it right into the muck. I thought he was going to fucking shit himself. But it was a very smart move. But, like, if you weren't, like, the bottom stack with the ace-king, then there's no reason to jam. But 8 away, though, you're no, that's not true. You're 8 away. I don't know how many players got paid in the satellite, but if you're 8 away, you actually do have to jam the ace-king. But you don't underplay it. You just jam it. Like, there's no re-raising in satellites. You just jam them. Like, even if you have 30 blinds, you just jam the ace-king. Because you don't want the moron monster chip leader to, like, flop 3 9s on you and just kill you, you know? I think we can check this one, get bluffed sometimes. I guess we just check this. It's a 3-way pot. I think we can bet something now. Check this one. Check. I definitely think we can call. Check that. I mean, he's coming out of an early position. So he's basically representing jacks, queens, kings, and aces. gonna let it go. Just because there's too many cards that can come off the river that can fuck me. The through line of Peggy all the way through to the end when Captain America decided to stay with her. I gotta tell you though, I don't know if anybody would be 70 years in the future. Yes, it's a world that's completely alien to you and the love of your life is back there, blah blah blah, but you're Captain fucking America, right? And you know how like medical technology is going to advance and shit like that, and how the world's going to get so much more comfortable. I really don't think you would go back. I don't care how great the pussy was. I think we can bet this one. Wow. I like this lead out. There's no reason. This is a limp pot. There's no reason to believe my sixes aren't good. Like, no... That is to say, nobody gave me a reason. Now, if somebody has a rag-ass queen, they're obviously going to call. But nobody bet. It checked to me in position. This could get hairy. Not bad. So this player limping is kind of hilarious. This is the guy who limp folds out of first a lot. I don't put it past him to be betting a 4. We obviously don't fold. I don't think we want to raise. I don't think it's necessary. I do think we get paid if we make the flush. If it's just versus him heads up. Queen can be okay. He could definitely have a 9. I mean, I really don't think there's any value in raising here. Could he have 10 jack? Sure, but I think we just win here a lot. Yeah. Limping out of first with king 9 and then betting it is fucking hilarious. I mean, this is just utter fish shit. Fold this one, fold that one, fold that one. Fold, fold. Get re-raised by King Poker, a very aggressive player as I know him. He's been sitting here for 2 minutes. Let's just jam on him. He'll overplay Ace-King. Yes, he's not folding aces, obviously, but what the fuck? I'm not going to worry about that. He's also a player with less than a starting stack. He's not reloading, so we're just going to go ahead and stuff it in his face and watch him call off with jacks and ace-queen. Not a jam. 5x open for 50k. Both had over 150k. I have over 200 few hands before I ran into quads. Oh, okay. I get it. Well, it's one of those things. Yeah, this is just a... It's an avatar read. Look at this. Look at the fucking flop. Ugh. Like, I don't know what he thinks I have. Can I run worse? I get cut to 1 out on the flop when he 3 outs me. Fucking idiot. Tournaments aren't my thing, so when I got close, it sucks even more. Yeah. You really have to develop, and tournaments are where you do it, where you develop a thick skin. That's so annoying. I mean, but all the signs, the fucking, the avatar read, the fucking, the fact that he just got here, like, you just know you're gonna have him crushed. Like, what does he think I'm doing? Like, what? That's the thing. He called off. What does he think I'm doing? Like, I raised in first position, literal first position, and he just 3-bets the ace five. But it's like these guys have learned the mid technique of 3-betting suited aces, but they don't know the whole thing. They're like, well, I got to 3-bet suited aces. First of all, no, you don't. Not 100% of the time. Second of all, there was already a call behind. The 3-bet only works as a steal, so his raise was big enough. But then when he gets jammed on, you're just throwing money away. Yeah, being lucky in cash games is probably better overall.
By any chance, did you grab cigars? Okay.
Sorry, I got the phone call and forgot everything.
No worries. I think I'm gonna go get them.
I don't think we want to fold just because of the size of that bet. I don't think we get a fold out of a bluff here either. He's just going to have an ace too much. And he's never going to fold it now. Yeah, that's fine. Honestly, I think you'd rather have all your luck in cash games because you can have all your luck in tournaments and still not cash the fucking thing. You know what I mean? Such a great scene when they attack Nick Fury in his fucking SUV. They really couldn't have gotten anybody better to play Nick Fury than Sam Jackson. Damn. The battering ram to try to get in the fucking car. This is a great value bet on the river here. I donk bet. Where is it? I donk led this one into the razor, and he called me down with a flush draw, and I bet the river. The river was the best bet because he's not going to fold an ace, and he's never going to have two pair. Okay, we find out that his fucking SUV can fly, but the flight systems are damaged. I never heard that before. That's pretty awesome. Flying fucking SUV. Air conditioning fully operational. The only thing that's not broken. Yeah, I think you'd be better off getting all your luck in cash games now that I think about it. There's one cash pot can... I'm running like 8 free roll satties a day all week. Nice. It's a good volume. You should be able to catch 1 in 10, even at your worst. which doesn't sound like much, but it kind of is when you're doing free roll satties. Just because there's so much landmine shit, but if you're consistent, 1 in 10, 1 in 15, I'd call it a good result. I mean, I guess we'll just check here and win.
You got something to keep?
Oh. Just give me 1 sec here.
I'm just gonna go to the store, Sergeant. I'll be right back. Guess I should take it first.
Probably. Although, now that you tell me that they're free roll satellites, I gotta say, I think I like a jam or fold for most of that. For 80% of the time, I like a jam or fold pre-flop. Like, even when it's 150 blinds. I used to play satellites that way. It still works at the lower levels, like at the super low satellites, but I don't play those anymore, like dollar satellites. But a 3-bet jam and a free roll, for even 150 blinds, you're getting called by ace-queen. So, if you're ahead of that range, I like it. And that's what I kind of realized. Every ace-king, aces, kings, queens. Even jacks in the right scenario. It was just 150 blinds all in. And it's so valuable to double up early, because then you can sit there and just play it right. I raised this one pre-flop. I bet half pot on the flop. Check the turn. I'm going to check raise it. He calls. Holy shit. Really? 9-8. You just have to show me. Unbelievable. That one I called just so I could sleep at night. I actually check raised the turn on a paired board with a 3 flush out there, and he still called me with trips. I just had to see this one. I know I'm beat, but I just have to see it. Jesus Christ. Fucking 94% in the turn. He's even got diamonds, so he's never going to fold. But he's drawing against a flush on a trip board. For huge, too. I put him in for 70% of his stack. That's fucking annoying. That's the kind of bullshit that's been pissing me off. He even bet small on the turn. After the flush came out. And then I raised him, and he called anyway. Fucking running deuces for a higher full house. 9-9-5, I have pocket fives. It's so fucking annoying. I guess we'll just bet here so I don't get absolutely gored. Small open. We're going to 3-bet. The fuck? Why aren't you betting, you fucking loser? God. We controlled the size of the pot. $33 and 99. Nice. Those are good free rolls to hit. Going to use the 99 in the 75K progressive knockout. That's a good one. Those are great. If you know to play a little bit tighter than everybody else in the beginning stages, you'll do very well. Because in the beginning stages, people don't realize how important it is to have more chips than the other opponents, so you can take that bounty. The worst part is getting the nuts versus a guy and only getting 99% of his stack and not getting the bounty because you didn't have him covered. People overplay way too early. Limp, raise. I re-raise. Like I said, Scrooge is solid. But not stupid, so he'll fold a lot. Did he fold? Yeah, he folded. But I just don't want to call it because we want this player to rejam, reopen the betting when he has like a pair, which he will do with 10s. $34 out of 95 in this. Top 36 getting paid. Top prize $800. Min cash 36. Out of 226 players. It's more of a fair prize distribution, I'd say. I'm just trying to get this guy stack in with the queens. He either continues there and gets it all in on the turn, or he doesn't continue at all. It's one of those. Limp, I raised, and he jams. Okay. You can have those 5 blinds. How far from in the money? Well, I just said it. Oh, it's on delay. 94 left. 36 get paid. Look at this. I gut shot at it. For the absolute nuts, and 7-9 is out there, so I might get raised. Oh, dude, that's how my last, month has been, is running into shit like that. It's been so bad for me. Like, I at this point, I'm really seeing it as a test of my mental strength. And don't get me wrong, I've had some breakdowns. But I always make sure that my head's clear, and I go into every day without thinking about the previous day. For as long as possible. I will say, though, it's... The Mental Game of Poker by, what's his name? I forget his name. But he talked about how your tilt is kind of like a gallon jug. And he's like, if things happen too recently, that gallon jug starts out with a little bit of water in it. And tilt adds more and more water. And the time it overflows, that's when you really experience negative tilt. So he says there is an accumulation of tilt if things have happened recently. I mean, I've literally had to go back to meditating, taking walks and drives, and all that kind of stuff because of how poorly I've been running. I mean, I'm kind of proud of the progress I've made, but I would really rather just win. But I'm smart. I'm not sitting here still playing 50-L when I'm easily tilted. You know, I backed off when I fell below 1,000. And then came, you know, I was at like 900, and I was like, you know what, fuck it. But since then, I've ran to the negative for 20 buy-ins at 10-L, and it's really awful. But what can you do? You can only make right decisions. I love that I checked the turn and the guy bet that those trips and then called anyway. Like, I probably could have just put them all in. I probably should have. Because when he bets, he obviously has something, but I just want him to have a flush. Right? Because why would he ever call on that flop with just the 9? And what 9s does he have? Meanwhile, he calls with every connector. Not suited, every connector. He had 9-8 offsuit calling in mid position versus my low jack raise. Or not, he was in the cutoff. Versus my low jack raise. He just calls 9-8. It's just like hilarious. But whatever. Most recent tourney win is a PKO. Nice. Those are great. I've had so many PKO. I mean, I've done okay in PKOs, but haven't overly studied it. But just staying tight, got me so much further up the field. It's kind of a joke. And then only going for the bounties that was worth it. But a lot of times, I didn't cash a tournament. I ended up making a shitload, like making it like, you know, a significant like 5 buy-ins or something, and not cashing the tournament. It's kind of hilarious. $25K in the middle on a check raise with ace king. It's just bad. It was a limped pot. The guy limped ace king. The guy limped ace king and then went broke on that flop. Like, that's your trap? He limped it and dead jammed it. Limped it and dead jammed this flop. This is that same idiot. We're going to 3-bet him again. Now he folds. Don't mind 9-10. Playing so much cash games. I haven't won a tournament in like... I've got a few seconds, but I haven't been putting in any tournament volume. Saddies are testing me. It's the most volume I've ever played, but when I play cash after my game has been better, I don't know if it's correlated or just luck. No, it's absolutely correlated because it solves the most common problem for newer players and older players, which is playing too many hands. So if you start playing satellites, your brain understands what the true hand values are, and you actually go a little bit tighter because it's a satellite. So when you get into cash games, you're not playing all the little bullshit chew you up hands, stuff like that. Like when I was a poker dealer and playing full time at the Venetian, I was basically dealing like 10 hours a week and playing 30. I remember I'd get players that I played against who would sit there and I'd deal at their table, and I would get up and walk away. And I remember very distinctly so many times somebody came up and said, "Hey man, can I ask you a question?" And I just started going, "You're playing too many hands." And the guy would go, "What?" And I was like, "You're going to ask me, for some kind of tip on your game, right? You're playing too many hands." And he goes, "I didn't even explain." I'm like, "You're playing too many hands. Everybody plays too many hands." I'm like, "That's the answer." And every time they never fucking listened. And then I would just sit there down in the game with them and just keep rolling over the best hand. It's not about bluffing. You know what I'm saying? Like now it's about bluffing. Back then it really wasn't. Now you see bluffs that you don't see at the you see it at the 10-20 10 cent 20 cent games online that you wouldn't see at a 100 200 back in 05. Look at this slow rolling cocksucker. I raised and he 3-bet and I fucking jammed. Oh, I was praying for a heart and he slow rolled the call like a fucking dickhead. Pretty good flop. I'm just going to lead it. Guy had $4 on the table and felt the need to slow roll. Fucking joke. This is kind of weird. This is the same player who had the 9-8. I'm going to go ahead and rep the king. I bet the flop, check the turn, bet river. I think he was on a flush draw, but I'm not sure. I didn't really see the need to bet through the turn. Just pisses me off that he hit the fucking full house on me after we got 80% of the chips in. See a half pot lead out. This is the guy who had the aces, by the way. Same guy on a different table. Could definitely be beat here, but I don't think I could fold yet. Ace in the river's okay. Should slow him down. Unless he had the suited ace of spades, but we'll just let it go. Just check, called down a guy with ace rag. When I hit the ace on the turn, we both had the flush draw. It was a nice one. Oh, the elevator fight scene. The magnet's a good idea. The magnet bracelet that they put on Captain America. What's that?
I stopped by Mom's because she made wings.
Oh, nice. You've been wanting wings.
Some wings. I'm so excited.
I'm just going to put this guy in. He's got 10 blinds. I don't want to give him an option. King, 9, 8, queen. That'll do. A call off with 10 jack. Like, if I had raised and he had jammed it, I respect it. But the call off with 10 jack suited is just trash. Like, you could just fold. You're going to be dominated way too often. 45K. 25th, I think, out of 82, somewhere in there. Yeah. This guy limping again. I mean, if other players don't know it, they're not going to raise substandard hands. So, we're just going to call. Flop a set of jacks. We're going to go ahead and bet. 8's nice. I'd love to see this bet. 3K. So he overvalues, but he could definitely have 9s. Wow. Yeah, he's overvaluing an overpair. That's fine. He's king 40 blinds. I'm going to bet this one big. We shouldn't see a lot of overpairs, and all these players are short stacks, so the flushes are going to get in, but they're not going to have very much. So, I mean, if we get check jammed on, it kind of sucks, but yeah, just the overcards, and he just fucking hits it. Love that. Fucking moron. We're just going to rip on this guy. This fucking idiot just calls with ace-queen, the overpair for no fucking reason, or overcards for no reason. It's a good jam. I mean, look at this. There's a raise and a re-raise. Call, and we all call. It checks to me. How great is this bet? And he just calls it off for no fucking reason at all and just hits it. 25% chance. So fucking annoying. That's the kind of shit that's been chewing me up, too. It's like I keep getting a little bit ahead, and then like shit like that keeps happening and costs me. It's just super annoying. Try to get as many tickets as you can next week. The U.S. Poker Open is on Global. Could potentially double your bankroll. You could do more than that. Yeah, I've been looking at Global. I just don't have much to spread around right now. But I should definitely get on there. think we'll just put a little bet out here. We're just charging draws. If we get raised, we're up against the queen. Again, this fucking council that we never see beyond this point. Okay. This is the same guy who had the 9-8. I bet on the flop and he raised me. I just called. I'm just going to call the turn. He should check the river unless he actually made the flush. Yeah, he's got king-queen. That's a nice call down. Then he fucking hits the jack, of course. Like, I know he's raising with one pair. There's no reason to re-raise him. All I did was save myself money when I get sucked out on. Unbelievable that he checks after he improves his hand to the nth degree. Not everybody plays as shitty as you, man. He has to hit runners there. He has to hit runners to make a straight. This is just fucking disgusting. Running is so bad. If you get a decent cash, you'll donate, get me a good start on Global. I appreciate it. I was already rooting for you. Crazy part is I would have gotten it all in and lost. Ugh. I'll check the ace in the river. I think I win a lot, but I want to give him a chance to bluff. Yeah. What'd you have? Pocket jacks? It's well played. Bet flop, give up. It's a limped pot. So I don't mind the check. King not great, obviously. A lot of queen tens get there. See, it's betting the full pot. Doesn't have queen 10. Just killing his action with a good jack. Can obviously have two pairs. Coolered my kings with his ace-5, and then he coolers somebody else's ace-king with his kings. Could 3-bet this, but I want to see what happens in here. Yeah, there's a 3-bet. Check. Check again. It's gonna say anything but an ace. I think we just, this is all the river value we're gonna get. And gonna bet here. It's a nice value. And we'll just go ahead and bet. Get called. I think we're going to go for the 3-barrel. Shouldn't see too many more calls, yeah. It's that half pot turn, bigger bet, or half pot flop, bigger bet turn kind of thing. Ooh, checked flop and I just turned a set for a full house. Hopefully this guy made the flush. Yep. I wonder if I could have gotten more. Did he just have an ace? It's 7s. Well, I guess I got the max with a pot bet on the river. Kind of hilarious. Don't mind that jack. I mind him betting, though. He's leading out. He's got to have 2 pair or better. They made the widow's middle name Alatanova. That's kind of weird. I'm just going to bet here. This guy's kind of weird. Love the 9. There are 2 pair combos, so I'm not going to give up right away when he bets. Oh, love how those things work out. Just calls for the gut shot. Makes it awesome. All right, I'll be right back. I'm just going to sit out a minute. I gotta get groceries. So that's just a peanut butter sandwich. Least I can do. I credit you most of my success. Thank you, man. I know I put in the work, but you pointed me in the right direction for the first time I came here. Yeah, man. If I've learned nothing else in poker, it's kind of a good lesson for life, and I actually learned it playing pool. If you want to get better at something, teach someone else. Because one, it reinforces your own doctrine and makes you analyze your own method, and it makes you continue to look for more. It kind of spurs you on. So you don't want to be talking to players that are just as or more experienced than you. You want to be talking to players who aren't as experienced as you, because sometimes you go in autopilot mode, like with c-betting and stuff like that. And you got to understand there should be reasons and board textures for why you c-bet. Oh, fuck, will it fly? Damn, I needed that, though. I was fucking starving. Nope. It's not bad. I mean, he is going to check all flush draws, but when we make the straight, we do have to bet. Sucks if we get raised, though. Zoloff, that's the name of the character. Oh, that's 6. He's not wrong to bet that way, but I think I would bet a little bit bigger. I mean, if he has me beat, it's just a goddamn cooler, so. I'm going to make the same stupid small bet at him. And he's going to pay it with King-Queen. What did he have? Aces! Wow, he should have bet a lot bigger. You want a king to continue. And if he bets big on that flop and I do continue, he can actually check turn and fold river. Because nobody's going to bet a jack on the turn. I mean, I'm only down a buy-in in the cash games, but it's just fucking disgusting that I'm even down $1. Sitting 15th out of 66 now in this one. Captain America holding up the entire building in rubble. Sure. I mean, I'm not doubting he's not strong enough, but how do you keep somebody from getting crushed? Flop Trip Kings in a situation where I can't believe I'm going to actually get paid, but I might. I mean, I probably need the queen to get paid because Ace Jack and all the straight draws, but he was probably just utterly full of shit on that flop. He bet almost the full pot into 3 players. I love that they punctuated how bad of a guy Pierce is by making him kill his housekeeper. Just because she saw the Winter Soldier. Where the fuck's everybody going? God damn it. There's like 30 tables and these all fucking died. Unbelievable. Gotta get off a couple of these. I mean, what the tits is that? It's got to be bet, bet, check, right? Bet, calls. Check, 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 check. I mean, look at how much he calls on this flop with just a gut shot and overs. That's fucking stupid. So this is the moron who always jams every pair. So we got to imagine he's got something decent. Should just see a jam here. It's a 5x open under the gun, and you're just gonna fucking. If he just calls, I can call. If he folds, I can call. And I can just put this guy in with any pair. Queen 10. I mean, it's just a joke, man. It's just a joke. He 3-bets and fucking, ugh. Just hits. It's just fucking ridiculous. Like, the only thing I'm really worried about on that flop is a king. It's really the only thing I'm supposed to be worried about. It's just a fucking joke, man. This guy opened 5x. He opened 5x and then folded to this guy's 3-bet when he should just be jamming. It's just like, why do I have to fucking get into that situation? This fucking idiot. Love that. Took a break from 15-0 because I'm just drained after playing all the Saturdays. I started at 6:15. Last one starts at 8:45, and I ran 2 other daily tournaments. Getting in some good volume here. Excuse me. Hang on one second. Tournament's at 9, but I'm excited to get back to it after the after the event next week. I guess that's trying to say. Yeah. That's the thing that's the hardest, man, is trying to focus through this bullshit because I'm just handicapped and I'm just stuck playing this same 10 and L and like few tournaments a day. 50 and L is so much more fun. And the Falcon shows up. High school valedictorian in Iowa City when he's listing off who the algorithm's going to pick off. That's Scott Summer of the X-Men. Scott Summers. It's a great reference. This is before they even knew that the X-Men were going to end up in the Marvel Universe MCU because Disney hadn't acquired them yet. This fucking guy never raises. That's what I want. Oh, I can fold. This schmuck's not folding, but he's going to overplay whatever he has. $58 left, 36 cash. he did fold. So that's the crazy part. I don't start with hands bad enough to fold there for that. With his stack. Yeah, my fucking small blind is just getting wrecked. Can't get anything going. I really need... I would love a good hand on the fucking cutoff. This player's going to overjam. It's a good bet if you're bluffing. You don't get to play with this little. Look at this. They both have the 10. That's hilarious. Wow. Jesus. Love this badass shootout. Right on the street. And Winter Soldier. It's where we first find out it's Bucky. I mean, just calls for the gut shot, hits it, won't even bet his own fucking hand. I mean, I can't bet twice because he's in the fucking blind and I have a fucking tens and there's a jack on board. I mean, it's just fucking disgusting. Look at this shit. This is one of the few guys I would actually want to call here. If I had sevens, I would call this. Full pot and a call. That means I can call. Queen. He bets a queen like that? Jesus Christ. What the fuck is this other idiot calling with? Ace-Jack with the wrong... He has the Ace-Jack with the wrong diamond. What the fuck is he calling for? Fucking guy cost me money. I get priced in, knowing the guy's not going to fold a pair. God, this is getting frustrating. 15L is still kind of intimidating for me because I'm jumping up from 10L. It's an aggressive shot. Yeah, that's the thing, man. I had to do the same thing on WSOP. Now I'm back to fucking 10L because of life. God, it really upsets me. I should still have over 4,500 without those fucking withdrawals, but I'm sitting here with 700, less than 700 bucks. I should be only playing 50 and L. It sucks too, because you start feeling so fucking hopeless. Every fucking dollar I lose to these schmucks at 10 and L is like a fucking dagger. And it's rough because it's easy to get very impatient. Oh, I forgot Natasha got shot. City, it's gonna jam. No. Very cool hand-to-hand knife scene. Though I don't get why he's not just clubbing him with the metal arm. This might be a spot. If this player gets involved, we're going to go. I mean, it's a good rejam stack, less than 20 blinds. Where are we? 35 out of 50. If this guy's trapping, congratulations. Fours? Limp called off with pocket fours. What the fuck? Limp called... Limp called it off with pocket fours. Check raise this guy on the flop. I go out on the soft bubble there. I go out 48th because this guy limp calls off 20 blinds with pocket fours. Like, why even bother? Why even bother? God. That was really upsetting. I know it's just a race, but it's like, why is he limp calling? It's like he's trapping it. Are you fucking kidding me? It's just the worst run out ever. It's the worst run out ever because I'm going to be beat here about 50% of the time and I can't fold. God. Never mind, 100%. Honestly, I think he ran out ace queen. Unbelievable. I think he ran out ace queen on me. It's like the ace is the worst card, but I can't fold because he's obviously going to represent it. I'm not folding. The just call is fucking gross. I love that we check and got there. Probably missed value versus a moron with a pair of 9s. Unbelievable. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to call it. I'm going to call it. I'm definitely aggravated. Let's see where I ended up. $21 in tournament entries, and I'm down a grand total of $38. So I lost 17 in cash. Unbelievable that I'm losing. Yeah, it's been like that for me, man. Like it's like, and I really do a very good job of resetting my fucking brain every time I play. Like that's why I took yesterday off from streaming, was because I felt like I couldn't concentrate on it. And I'm not like tilting off or losing a shitload, but it's like I just keep getting sucked out on. And it's just like we're a month into this now, like 3.5 weeks almost. And it's like I just can't get anything to hold up. And there's nothing to analyze. There's nothing to change. Just winning would be nice. But I'm going to kill it. I might be back later. I don't know. I'm really very frustrated. There are fucking 12 games that I'd love to be in, but I got to the point where I just feel like I can't win. So I might see you later, might not. I think that's about it for tonight, though. If not, I'll see you guys tomorrow morning around 1 o'clock my time for tournament schedule. Have a great night.